Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
All right.
Tough game.
All right. Next game. Next game. Tough one. Chicago Bears beat up their offense, and Justin Fields, suffered a left shoulder separation
He's
last week at
questionable.
the end of the game, trying to make a comeback against the Falcons. He's questionable. The Jets benched Zach Wilson. They're going with Mike White. He came in one game out of one of the three games he played last year. He played really well. He had the comeback victory against, I forget who it was against, but he had a comeback victory and was like, oh, Mike White's great. And then he had two really bad games back to back. And like, okay, Mike White's not great. So, I guess with the film study, how much film study you get on Mike White, it's one of those games. This Bears defense is very susceptible. Word coming out of my mouth properly. The Bears defense is very bad against the pass, so Mike White should be able to have it a little bit easy here. Honestly, it's going to come down to this Jets defense. That Jets defense is good, and if Justin Fields isn't 100%, that offense is only 5% of what it is. So I got Jets here.
Yeah, that's where I battle with it. You're absolutely right, 110%. Big question mark on what Mike White is going to bring to this Jets offense. But there's just as big of a question mark with Justin Fields in that injury. If he is not 100% and he's got to protect his shoulder, we haven't seen a game plan yet from Chicago that implements his arm, the good arm that he throws with, as being the prevalent, reason why the Bears can move the ball. I think it's big that Jaquan Brisker and Gordon, both the second and third round picks of the Chicago Bears, are going to be out secondary wise. So it looks like Mike White will have an opportunity to exploit. We all know the Jets have weapons there. He did develop within that short span a good rapport with Elijah Moore, which has had his difficulties here recently with the Jets, similar to Zach Wilson and his troubles that he's currently going through. The Bears, number one in rushing over the last 3 weeks, 223 yards per game is ridiculous. But as you noted, big reason why, Justin Fields. This one's a very tough call. I'm going to go off a gut, and if Justin Fields plays, I'm taking the Bears. If for some reason he doesn't, I would definitely go Jets. The defense has been very good. But against non-mobile quarterbacks here, a couple against the Patriots. So this is going to be a new beast if Fields is capable of escaping. I'm sure if he plays, it's not like he's not going to run. So he's going to protect himself. It's going to be a different kind of Justin Fields that we see. But by far the better quarterback in this matchup. So if he plays, I'm going Bears. If not, I'm going Jets. It's as simple as that for me.
Yeah, I mean, even the Buffalo Bills, who had a running quarterback, 9 carries, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing against the New York Jets, even though the New York Jets seemed to find a way to win that game by 3 points, which is amazing. That's amazing. That's why sometimes folks, the numbers don't always tell the truth there, because you take a gander at the numbers. Josh Allen scored 2 touchdowns running the ball, 9.6 yards average, 86 yards rushing, 9 carries. He threw for 200 yards, but he had 2 picks. Well, here's the thing. You're picking off Josh Allen. What are you gonna do to a shoulder of a Chicago Bears, Justin Fields, who's already had to do too much? He's already had to do too much. No one should have to be doing as much as he does. And that's why his shoulders hurts, because he's doing too much. He's doing way too much. And I think that in this game, because he still cannot do as much as he needs to do, I think the Jets defense closes in on this game. And I think that Mike White's not going to have to do too much, because I don't think that Justin Fields is going to have the opportunity to run for over 100 yards rushing, because that'll be the game plan, to not take hits. And the only way to get over 100 yards rushing with the ball is you got to take hits. So I think Justin Fields here, if he plays, I think it's not a good thing. I think maybe they have a better chance of winning by him not playing in this game and potentially changing the game plan up and try and get somebody else in there who's healthy. So I'm not taking the Bears either way, even though I'm very wowed by all the things I've seen from Justin Fields to the start of this season to where he is now. He's playing an incredible game. He's definitely the heart and soul and the reason why that team is won 3 games. I mean, it's not a lot, but he himself has done took gigantic steps in this season to show us that moving forward he could potentially be an incredible, very high caliber quarterback in this league for many years to come. But this week I have to take the New York Jets because that's a safe pick. And I just don't know if Justin Fields playing in this game is going to help them out or hurt them in the long run. He could severely end up getting injured and hurting the shoulder and really getting injured bad for a game that really I think doesn't matter.
Big facts about this
3
game
wins.
though.
3 wins.
Jets in the last 3 games, they're averaging 13 points per game.
The Bears have 3 wins.
That same 3-game span, the Bears are averaging 28 points per game. If you're going to change the game plan dramatically for a Trevor Siemian, which is the Bears' backup, why would you not change the game plan to accommodate Justin Fields, which is, in my opinion, a far superior passer than Trevor Siemian?
You have 3 wins.
So we'll see how that.
Ask this question.
You're talking about
there's 3 wins on the year.
True.
And if he has a banged up shoulder, why is he playing? What is the point?
Yeah.
Can we please pretend?
Healthy, play him. Yeah.
Can we please pretend that this is our guy moving forward? And we do not have a chance to make the playoffs. If we win outright, we do not have a chance to make the playoffs. Not how good the East is right now. If you won outright, you're still not going to make the playoffs. Why would he play anyway? Why are we playing him? That's what I'm saying.
How many times have we watched Dalvin Cook play with a dislocated shoulder over the past 3 seasons? He's played regularly. And how many times has the Minnesota Vikings been relevant during that period of stretch? Rarely. Okay, so if it's a non-throwing shoulder,
we're talking about a quarterback and a running back, though. We're talking about 2 different positions.
It's a non-throwing shoulder.
Okay,
I understand what you're saying.
But I mean, still, the offensive line.
He doesn't have to run the ball. Is all I'm saying. Okay. He doesn't have to. Running back has to.
Yeah.
Running back, no doubt about it. You got to run it. You're not throwing it at all. So I'm saying it's more of a play off of what you said with changing the game plan and sitting Fields. Changing the game plan is saying, okay, we're not going to have our quarterback run the ball at all. We're going to throw the ball and we're going to run the ball. Why don't you do that with Justin Fields, even though he might not be 100%?
Right.
So if you can do that easily, do it for Justin Fields, which he's the better quarterback, even throwing the ball, than Trevor Siemian. And if he's got to take off, make sure he gets out of bounds. I'm sure he realizes that.
But there's the chance. That's what I'm saying.
He didn't want to be in there after that happened. So I agree with you 110%. You don't mortgage your future for this game.
We're taking a
chance.
If
he's not ready to play and he's not able, don't start him. Don't do it. I agree.
I feel like if he's questionable.
Yeah, I mean, I said it to you guys in the when we were talking, when I was watching the Falcons and Bears game. Like after he got hurt on the sideline, he didn't want to play. Like you saw it. Like he was trying. They're trying to do a 4th quarter comeback drive, and he's in the huddle.
Looked like he was about to cry.
His body language didn't move. He's just standing there like, "Hey guys, let's do this. Here's the play. Go line up." Like there was no hype to it. There's a minute on the clock with 1 timeout or something like that. Like
they wanted him to run the very next play. Did you see that?
That's that too.
I mean, he didn't want to do that.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, but again, like it was just his demeanor, and then it was just he didn't want to be there, and obviously that's big affecting him.
Similar to some of these young quarterbacks that we're talking about, these are kids that are 22, 23, 24 years old. They're kids. They're not grown men. They're kids. They're kids that are talented, but they're kids. You know what I mean? Like, to look at the other side of the field and the Zach Wilson thing real quick. Dude needs a man in his life. Hopefully it's Robert Saleh, because everything I've seen from him is legit stand-up guy. You need to go to him personally and be like, look, dude, look, kid, and you need to talk to him. You need
Yeah,
to
I mean,
talk
I
to
did.
him,
I did
be
hear
that
he
influence
finally.
in his life, because
I
he
did hear he
obviously
finally
does not
apologized to the
and
team.
has not had it,
Yeah, I did hear that he finally like apologized to the team for what he had said and the way
as he
he
should.
acted and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
because his
you know,
father made
but
a
I,
tweet.
Hopefully,
but I think the benching of him was the right move to make because
yeah,
otherwise I think Robert Saleh would have lost the locker room. And so I
yeah,
think benching him, putting in Mike White, you get the defense to play hard again. You get Corey Davis back as wide receiver as a little bit of a safety net, extra depth at wide receiver, stuff like that. So
riddle me this though: you were 2-1 with Joe Flacco, two and
yeah,
one. Why is it not Joe Flacco? Why is it Mike White? It's just weird.
I,
It's
that's
weird
a
to
that's a
me.
weird one. That's a weird one. I liked the idea of Flacco coming in because he's the veteran guy. You get
Yeah,
you don't
and
need
you
the
got a great
risk.
defense, so he's going to do what he
Head
needs to
scratcher.
do and win the game for you because you're trying to make the playoffs here. It's a little difficult for me to wrap my head around going to Mike White here.
Yeah, that's
So
very true.
that's why I give the Bears an opportunity.
I
Maybe
agree.
he got banged up in practice or something like that, or maybe it's
Could
super
be.
serious. Maybe the whole Zach Wilson thing is way more serious than we're making it out to be, even though they're taking it seriously by benching him. But they're saying,
Yeah.
hey, look, we'll move on to you. Let's see what we have in Mike White kind of scenario.
Right.
I don't disagree that it's the right move. I think you bench him totally.
Yeah,
Nobody is above a team. Nobody. Not even
yeah,
Tom Brady. That's why I had issues with the off-season stuff and stuff like that. I don't care how great you are. That was in
yeah,
the past. Today, you're part of this team right now, right now.
yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
that's
I
like
think it's a good call.
almost half their starters on defense were liking tweets about being mad at Zach Wilson for saying, no, I didn't let the team down, stuff like that. Like,
Wow.
it just openly showed that they were frustrated with it. So it was definitely the right move. But we can get on next game. That's going to be a good game to watch, though, because it'll be interesting on how that game plays out.
No
Might
doubt.
not be the prettiest game if you're just the average NFL fan, but that's a game that you want to see on which team's really going to show up.